It's my father's garden. Dad used to live on a farm in Italy. They had corn, wheat, grapes for wine, dairy and pigs for salami, and they lived off this. So a small garden in the backyard is nothing compared to the hard work they used to do. A big part of the garden is the giving, and we always had enough veggies to share with everyone. Wherever we have lived, my father has had to have a garden. In fact, buying the house was dependent on whether there was enough space for a garden. The veggie garden is called an orto, and that was Dad's domain. Mum took care of the giardino, the flower garden. Dad always used to say, "What do you need them for? You can't eat them." It was a big thing, the first tomato of the season. I remember him saying,
"Il primo pomodoro."
Every season. He was extremely proud of it. Dad would come home from work and then spend hours in the garden. He was in it every single day. It was part of life. I used to follow my father with an empty peach tin can, one can full of water for each little seed. Apart from this, I wasn't allowed to do very much in the garden at all. It was his space, his garden. They wanted a better life for us, and that did not mean gardening for our own veggies. When I was young, Dad's friends would visit, grab a beer and head out to the garden to see what was growing and what wasn't. They were proud to show off their veggies. They'd even have competitions. They wouldn't say so, but they'd show off their tomatoes. One year, our neighbour had bigger tomatoes. Dad would swap seedlings from his friends, and if the plant didn't work, well, he'd say it wasn't his plant. It's funny, because some of the words that the Italian people use here aren't part of the language back in Italy. Fence, which is recinto in Italian, is now called fensa amongst the Italian Australians, and they all know what it is. But if you went back to Italy, they wouldn't have a clue. Block is blocco, yard is called yarda. I think that the Italian backyard in Australia is very Australian. I really used to think everyone had one. Dad often wonders who is going to take care of his garden when he no longer can. The old gardens are going now. We're just too busy.